let me get your take on this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the video that was played at the top of the show of the various Jets players selecting their seat for the flight to London. When you're 0-5 and you're about to go get stomped by the Broncos and you've got no answers and it just feels like the ship is sinking, shouldn't there be a little discretion exercised as to this will be a cool social media video? You're 0-5. That's all anybody's going to think when they see it. You're 0-5 and you just got stomped by the Cowboys. You're 0-5.
I know. Well, I mean, the first thing, it wasn't that funny, to your point. I did hear that. I didn't pay close attention because I was sitting there trying not to boil over and go crazy because I wasn't going to be able to do the show that I showed up for. So, yes. But no, I mean, Mike, I'm not as sensitive to that. Yeah, they're 0-5. It's a different world in 2025. You know, teams are going to continue to put out content and do that. Right. So I kind of look at it as just that's business for this day and age in the NFL and how, teams go about things. So I don't judge that too harshly. I understand what you're saying, and I know that there's going to be some people that probably view it that way, just like you.
Well, yeah, you're still 0-5 in 2025.
Yeah.
And I think that still needs to be factored into it. Not all teams put out content, as we know. Some colleges will not until they're called out for it, and then they do it right away, which makes it even more beautiful.
Well, the best part is Drake May having done well, playing from North Carolina, now on the Patriots. You couldn't make this up. And then I'm sure the masses, or as we've heard, the masses in North Carolina are like, what? We're not going to pub the best quarterback to come out of our school in quite some time, a guy that might be a star because Bill Belichick's petty still about stupid stuff with the New England Patriots. I mean, the stars couldn't have lined better there to expose that situation.
And the report lands Monday morning that the directive had been given by Belichick to post nothing on their Twitter account, the social media channels relating to the Patriots. So there was nothing while Drake May's having the game of his life, taking down the Bills and Josh Allen. Crickets. That becomes a thing, and then all of a sudden, like nothing ever happened, hey, here's Drake May doing Drake May things on the North Carolina football Twitter page. It really is one cluster F after another. Now, did you see this? That Hulu documentary?
Right.
Much hyped, announced by Bill Belichick to the team in late August after TCU beat them. One of their tweets was, when's the first episode coming out? Well, the answer is never. It's never. It's scrapped. It's done.
I did not see that.
The infomercial is done.
Wow.
Done.
Why? What happened? Give me the inside scoop here.
All I know is Inside Carolina reported yesterday, and then multiple others who had been chasing the same development, like Ryan Glasspiegel of Front Office Sports, said it is done. And it wasn't clear, and I haven't seen yet whether it was a North Carolina thing or a Hulu thing. Because one person said to me, hey, all the reports about Jordan Hudson and how NFL Films eventually decided the hell with this. We're not dealing with her. Like, was that part of it? Did Hulu say it? Did North Carolina say, you know what, we really got nothing good to use? I mean, you can't milk 8 episodes out of beating a couple of FCS schools because that's all we got.
Yeah. Did Bill have final rights on what goes on there? I mean, if that's the case, there will be nothing on there. So that could be a problem.
And that's the thing. If you're going to take the NFL Films approach that the teams get, which they supposedly have final say, although the Giants didn't get the memo last year for offseason Hard Knocks, or if they did, they didn't read it. But if you've got final say, there's nothing to say. What are you going to do? Well, yeah, let's okay. We're not going to do that game. Well, wait, what part of that game? Any of that game? None of that. Okay, what about this game? No, we're on to the University of Charlotte. So
we're
anyway,
on to Cincinnati.
on to Xavier University in Cincinnati. They probably have a football team, and since I've never heard about it, it must be a football team that North Carolina could beat. It really is. It really is. I know we got to move on, but it feels like it's disintegrating. There was a report from WRAL on Monday night that went way down the rabbit hole of all the dysfunction in the organization. Last night, Bruce Feldman of The Athletic reported that one of the assistant coaches has been suspended for giving extra benefits to a player's family in the form of sideline passes to a game. Although, as I said, given the way they're playing, is that really a benefit? But it just feels like it's crumbling. I saw something last night where the players had to be reminded they can't resell their tickets. It just feels like it's falling apart, Chris. And I don't know at what point somebody says, just pay the guy $20 million and tell him to get the hell out of here. I don't know at what point Michael Jordan shows up with a $20 million check with the memo line, this is the Bill Belichick buyout. But I just feel like it's moving in that direction. They're going to have to beat one of these teams. They're going to have to pull a UCLA, right? When you assume they're not going to win against anyone and beat a good team to get any of this to change. And I feel like they're just in quicksand and they can't, but of their own making. It's a pool of quicksand of Bill Belichick's own making, but he's sinking in it and they can't get out.
Yeah, no, I mean, it certainly seems like it's going that way. We'll see. I mean, we still got a lot of games left, but yeah, they certainly are in need of a glimmer of hope or something positive. Or something that the fan base can get around and go, wait, things are going in the right direction. And as we sit here right now, nothing seems to be going in the right direction for them.
And one of the things at the core, and then I will move on, it seems to be there's a cultural divide between the players who were there under Mac Brown and the players that they brought in.
I'm sure.
And that there's perceptions of different treatment. And, I mean, you can't have that with 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. You can't have that. They're going to be pissed off about that. I mean, you can't have that with anybody, but it's more pronounced when you're that young and you're more likely to be triggered by that.
Right. Well, it happens in football too much, quite honestly. That really does, right? We've heard coaches go to new teams and go, well, these aren't really my players, right? And it's like, no, BS. Like, they're your players. You're coaching the team. But, yeah, there's a little bit of that and the politicizing of the game there that goes on by coaches where, yeah, they favor their own people, college or the NFL. That's the way it goes. The old regime, ooh, you're here with them. They're not here. There was flaws. Do you really do the things the way we want you to do them? And you got to kind of prove yourself that you're worthy of being a part of that group when that happens, NFL or college, when the new staff comes in. Like, we know they're going to treat the best players well. That goes without saying. But to your point and what you're talking about, it's the middle class, the lower guys on the roster that, don't play as much. They know they're not entrenched in the organization as a star or a pillar to go forward. And, yeah, unfortunately, that happens a lot in both college and the NFL when a new coach takes over.
Well, and when you're used to dealing with NFL players only and there's a distance, a detachment, a lack of fundamental respect at times, you can't just do that with college players, especially because their parents will be upset. And that's not an issue in the NFL. In college, at certain programs, it is an issue. In some programs, it isn't. But at a program like North Carolina, you're going to have parents who have questions. And I doubt that Bill Belichick is in the mood ever, even if he was 5-0 and not 2-3, with his only 2 wins coming against FCS schools. I doubt the last thing he wants to do is talk to a parent, because that's just the way he's wired.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.